Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We in this thing. All right, man. Hey, back in this thing. You know what I'm saying? It's been a ride, man. You know what I'm saying? But I had to journey through that wilderness, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me pray. Let me pray, man. Let me pray. God, in the name of Jesus, we just thank you. We give you glory. We reverence you. We worship you. We thank you for your mercy, your long suffering, dealing with us in our wrongdoing and our sin and our disobedience, yet still loving us, still giving us grace, mercy, all that. Thank you for your son Jesus, who was the atonement, the sacrifice for our sins, that we might be forgiven, cleansed, healed, delivered, saved, born again. Lord, we thank you for the Holy Ghost who's with us, in us, among us, and upon us, empowering us, to do your work, live the life you called us to live, do the things you call us to do. Lord, I just ask you to guide my speech, give me what to say, ask you to speak to me, speak through me. Let it be you speaking through me. May it not just be me, but let the inspiration be from you. Give me your words, your wisdom, your revelation, what to say. Ask you to guide my speech in the name of Jesus. Amen. Say, you know what I mean? So this one ain't gonna be short. This one ain't gonna be short. I ain't gonna lie. This one right here might be 2 hours. I don't know. I'm gonna try to break it up in 30-minute intervals though. You know what I'm saying? Uh yeah, man, I recommitted myself back to God. You know what I'm saying? And see what was going on, man. I was being tested in multiple areas at one time. Just because you fluctuate, and I'm still gonna say fluctuate, because there's times when I would backslid for real, for real. I mean, I totally, like, my relationship with God was like little, you know what I mean? And when I came back, it felt like heaven was clapping. Like, yeah, he got away, but he came back. Like, I felt like heaven was clapping. But this time, I didn't. When I came back, when I recommitted, a total recommitment of my life back to God, I don't feel like it was just like, okay, yeah, he tightening up like he need to. Like, it's not like, oh, he was lost and now he's found. It's just like, nah, he ready to really apply himself. This, like, he been messing around, but now he really ready to reapply himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the feeling I got from the Holy Ghost. You know what I mean? But I recommitted my life back to God. He already knew what I was going through. I already prophesied that I was gonna have to journey. You know what I'm saying? Before I hit the promised land. You know what I'm saying? Before I got settled. And I'm gonna tell you, uh the feeling is different, man, because I know how it feel to be full of lust. And I'm gonna tell some stories. And then I know how it feel to be like, I'm good. I don't even want that right now. Like, that's not my focus right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm refocused on God and my relationship with him, and walking uprightly before him. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how all these stories gonna come together, but I'm just gonna tell these stories as they come to me. So today is Tuesday, January the 25th. Uh I recommitted. I wanted to smoke my last blunt. And I got some stuff to tell you about how God dealt with me about the weed. Not on no spiritual stuff, but on some personal stuff. Cause I still don't find no fault with the weed. But you know, you don't need it. It's not necessary. Like, when you commit yourself to God, it's not necessary. I ain't gonna knock it, but I'm gonna tell you what happened with me. But anyway, uh, I got a lot. Hey, I got a lot of stuff to say, man. But how I came back to God though, on Saturday, Not to mention I got to see my daughter. It's been like 6 months. 6 months passed that quick. Yeah. But everything was already in motion before I even got to see her though. But I'm gonna tell you what happened though. So Saturday, I recommitted my life back to God. Smoked my last blunt. Nah, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday morning. I don't know. I wanted to finish my weed. I know that. I drunk my last drinks on Saturday. A little beer and some other mixed limerita, whatever. You know what I mean? I had my daughter with me, so I wasn't finna, you know what I mean, get too loose. Lost my car key. Had to drop 200 to get another one made. Um, that mug gonna pop up somewhere though. But anyway, I needed to make another one anyway. But yeah, so it was like early Sunday morning. You know, I smoked my last blunt. You know what I'm saying? And I was already finna recommit. I just wanted to finish, you know what I mean, finish up what I had going. I learned that though, because back in the day, I used to get to feeling a type of way, and I flush my weed down the toilet. You dig? And I do stuff like that. I used to be in the game, and God will get to dealing with me, and I give away whatever I had. If it was a lot, I give it away. If it was like a little ounce or something, I flush that mug. You know what I'm saying? When God deal with me, man. That's all before I got filled with the Holy Ghost though. But anyway, uh, okay, yeah. So I finished up what I had going on. I recommitted I was already ready though. I just wanted to finish up what I had going on. So I recommitted my life back to God on Sunday, January 23rd. But this was the turnaround. This was the turnaround right here. This was the turnaround. Not not this weekend that I committed my life back to God, but the weekend before. Okay, like I read my Bible, I pray and stuff in the morning on weekdays. So usually when the weekend come around, I may not get it on Saturday and Sunday, but I usually gonna get it on one of them days, if not both. You know, I like to spend a good amount of time reading the word and a good amount of time praying. I don't always get to do both on both days. I might do one on one day, you know, spend some good prayer time on Sunday and get in my word Saturday. Or I might spend some good prayer time Saturday and get in my word Sunday. Or I may not get in my word, but I spent some good prayer time Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like I usually check in, you know what I'm saying, with God. You know, I had that fellowship, that relationship, what was left of it. Because it was really the things of the world had really clouded it so much. You know what I'm saying? But I still held on to my relationship. And even though I wasn't doing a whole lot, I was still in the word, still praying. And usually I'm gonna make time for God on the weekend more than what I do during the week. But check this out. This is Saturday. Uh I really want to give a date. I'm gonna give a date. What's the date? The 25th. So Saturday was what, the 22nd. So it's the Saturday before that, which is like the 15th. So like January the 15th on that Saturday, I don't know what I did that night. I think Friday night, I think I just chill. I probably smoked some, sipped some, and just chill, right? So Saturday morning, I'm like, I'm finna get in my word. You know, why not? This is what I do on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So like I open my Bible, I'm sitting, I'm in my bed. I open my Bible to read, and I'm just like, man, I'm not feeling this. So then I'm like, I'm not feeling this, man. So I just put the Bible to the side. Then I then I start then I start looking at the ads of the prostitutes. You did? And I spent yeah, I just started looking at the ads of the different prostitutes, man, and I was texting I ain't gonna keep saying prostitutes, I don't really want to say hoes and 304s. I don't really want to say that. So I'm just gonna say working girls. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking about a working girl, I'm talking about an escort, a prostitute, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna say working girls. That's gonna be the term for the day. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I ain't really feeling this. So I just start looking at the ads to the different working girls, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I probably masturbated or something. No, I didn't masturbate because I said I'm finna get some action today. And nah, I don't want that to interfere. So I'm just being real. I'm just being real, man. I'm back on my goofy stuff, but this really very serious. I want to tell you how I got to the point where I got to, and I already knew what I was gonna have to go through. I knew I was gonna go through something. You know, I had to come to the end of my rope. You just get so much of something, like, okay, I'm good. I don't want no more. You know what I mean? And I give you the stats. I know you want to know the stats, so I will give you the stats. But yeah. So I was gonna read my Bible, right? I'm like, nah, I ain't feeling that. So I'm scrolling through the ads, so the working girls, you did. So then I get to texting different chicks, and I just did that for the morning, and then I probably went and watched TV or something. So I wasn't feeling the word. I wasn't feeling God, and so I was texting chicks off and on all day, and then uh I was finna go to Shreveport, see what the casino about. You know what I'm saying? Just see what's out there. I might spend 15, 20 gambling. Gambling ain't never been my thing, but I'm really out there to see what the women talking about. You know what I'm saying? I got the pimping in my mind, but I'm really motivated by sex. So either way, if I pull a broad that want to get down with some pimping or just some sex, either way, it was gonna be a win for me. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So I said I'm finna go to Shreveport. And then right when I was finna go to Shreveport, one of the a homegirl that I had just recently met or recently linked in. Now she not a working girl though, but this somebody who I had recently linked in with, and I end up kicking it with the homegirls on Saturday. I end up kicking it with the homegirls. You know what I'm saying? So that was my Saturday. And then Sunday morning, I got with a working girl. So I really didn't spend no time with God. And then I went to church. Yeah, I was with a working girl, smoking weed, doing our thing. Then I went to church. And then after church, I don't know what I was doing after that, but I wasn't spending time with God though. So I let the whole weekend go by. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I really didn't spend no good time with God. So I felt bad about that, right? I ain't really feel so bad about my sin. I just felt bad. Like I didn't even make no time for God. Like I let the lust consume me to the point where I didn't even spend no time with God. So I felt bad about that. So I started praying like, God, I need you to I need you to I don't want to just love God. I was like, God, I need you to restore my love for you. Not just love God, but to be in love with God and to be on fire for God. Like I started praying that Monday. The Monday after that weekend, which is like the 17th, so I started praying. I was like, God, do it from the inside out. And thank shout out to anybody that was praying for me, because I know this is that time when a lot of Christians be fasting and stuff like that. So shout out to any and everybody who sent up prayers for me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So during that week, I started praying like, God, do it from the inside out, because it gotta come from the heart. I'm not the type to just be going through the motions and rituals trying to impress somebody or you know what I'm saying, none of that. Whatever I do, it got to come from the inside, from the heart, cuz can't nobody tell me nothing that's going to make me live a certain kind of way or nothing. I'm going to do what I want to do with what's in my heart. So I was like, God, uh I need you to, restore my love. Then I was listening to that song First Love, that me and my ex-wife had did, and you know what I'm saying? Back then though, I was on some stuff like criticizing the church, like the church in general, like it's not what it's supposed to be, but that's where I was at the time. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I'm everything I need to be. So I want to criticize the church, but you know, it was what it was. But I had to receive that on a personal level. I had to receive that for myself. Like, dang, I done got away from my first love. I was like, God, I need you to restore my love for you. Cause really, when you really in love with God, it'll make you live right. Like turn down temptation and deny yourself and all that. Like crucify your flesh. You know what I'm saying? When you got to be in love with God. But I was praying though, like, restore that. Cause I've been there before. You know what I'm saying? I got away from that. So I was praying for God to restore my love for him. And do it from the inside out. I don't want it to be me trying to muscle it and make it happen. I need it to flow from the deep, call it from the deep. I need the Holy Ghost to deal with my spirit down on the inside and let it come out from there. Cause then it's gonna be fluid. It's gonna be a flow. It's gonna be supernaturally natural. It's just gonna be a flow. It ain't something that you just stress and every day, I don't want to yield to the temptation. That's not how your everyday supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You walking uprightly, you living holy, but it's not like it's just so much of a fight. It's what's in you. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual maturity, man. But that's what I was praying this week. You know what I'm saying? That was my prayers through the week though. And by the time the weekend came, I got a surprise call, you know what I'm saying, from my daughter, and then she wanted me to, come see her. And then she wanted to come with me. It's been a long time since we did that. You know what I mean? But so that's just like icing on the cake. But I was already finna make my move. But that right there was even like more confirmation, like the timing, plus the weed, smoking weed, plus all the dust in the atmosphere on my job. It started making me start back having asthma symptoms, and even had to get an inhaler. And I ain't had one of them since I was like 12 or 13. So I was like, now, so he's showing me different things. He really just guiding my steps, showing me the move I need to make. I need to give up the weed. Not that it's so bad, but the way he dealing with me, I got to read the signs. Asthma, you crazy. That's 12, 13 years old. So for that to come back, nah, I know God trying to tell me something. And it ain't just the weed, it's the atmosphere, the environment I'm in on my job, plus the weed. If I take one of those out the way, that asthma gonna go. So I know it's the weed, I gotta let that go. And everything gonna be back to normal. Watch and see. I already know. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it's just he was just dealing with me with different things, but I knew it was the time. When I went that weekend, even though I've been doing all this stuff, I still made time for God. So this time I was just like, I was so interested in other things. I just pushed my time with God to the side. And then I look back on it like, dang, like the world got me like that. So I was like, nah, that's not cool. So I started praying into that. I started praying about it, and I know God was already saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, that's how you doing it? Oh, that's how you giving it up? That's how you moving? That's how you dealing with me? You know, not even on no angry stuff, just like look at yourself like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna let the world consume you like that? When you know all your blessings come from me, life, health, strength, and everything else. So like that's how I got to looking at it. I really know God, bro. So it's hard for a real one to get away and stay away. Like it's hard for a real one. A real one might fall, but it's hard to stay down. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like a real one gonna bounce back. That's in my heart. A real one gonna bounce back, bro. You know what I mean? And but yeah, that's how I was feeling though. So I made it to the weekend, and I kicked it with the homegirls Friday night. And then and they not working girls, they square chicks. Not square to the streets, but square to pimping and hoeing. Prostitution, they square to that. So I done kicked it with the homegirls, man. And then Saturday, I went to get my daughter and kicked it with her all weekend till Sunday night and finished up what I had going on. Lost my car key, so I couldn't take her to where I was gonna take her. But hey, maybe it was all meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Keep me at home. Let me finish up what I got going on. You know what I mean? Enjoy that time with her. And recommit myself back to the Lord, man. It's been 6 months since I seen my daughter that quick, and I ain't with the telephone stuff, cause I feel like I'm not 1,000 miles away. I'm not in jail. Forget that phone stuff. I'm coming through. You know what I'm saying? For real. But yeah. So but that was the turning point though, man. That weekend, when I didn't spend no time with God, I said, "Oh, nah, that's not what it is. That's not what it's gonna be." But I will say this though. I will say this. Like I said, the last time I had seen my daughter was sometime in July, and then I was in a relationship. And we ended the relationship in August. So yeah, so we ended the relationship in August. I don't think I was with no other chicks until September. So between September, October, November, December, January, that's 5 months. It's a few chicks I kicked it with and we didn't have sex. A few. Like maybe like 3 or 4. Facts. And but I kicked it with some square chicks. Like yeah, I'm gonna give you my stats. This is what it took for me to come to the end of my rope though. 4 of them was square chicks, 5 of them was working girls. So yeah, I smashed 4. I smashed. It sounds like I'm bragging. That's just what we call it, smashed. If you don't want to cuss, I don't want to say the F word. So in my movements, what I had going on, man, being a player. Yeah, I had sex with 4 square chicks and 5 prostitutes. And some prostitutes more than once, and every square chick more than once, except for 1. So 1 square chick, it was a one-time thing, but she really moved like a working girl. So I wore my condom. I ain't gonna lie, I wore my condom. You know what I'm saying? She moved like a working girl. She might have been a working girl before, I don't know, but it wasn't no money exchange. So yeah. So four square chicks, one with a rubber, and that was the one time. And then three other square chicks. One of these square chicks, when I was at her house, somebody hit my car. They hit my driver's side door, and that mug won't even open up now. I got a dent in it. I was at her crib on a Sunday night, and somebody hit my car door. That mug got a dent in it and won't open. I could have got it fixed, but I ain't trying to spend all that money between the repairs and the rental. I just said, nah, I'll be all right. Uh, yeah, so every square chick except one, it was more than once. So, but one square chick, it was just a one-time thing. And I wore my condom on that one. The other square chicks, I ain't wear no rubber. Yeah, I didn't wear no rubber. Um, and then all the, that's just how it go with a working girl. A working girl gonna always, whether you want to or not. I ain't never tried to smash no working girl without no condom, but that's just protocol. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, five prostitutes, and two of them on more than one occasion. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I was on, you know what I mean? But I was studying pimping, you know what I'm saying? But my real motivation was not to get money out of a female. My motivation was sex, which is more like a trick than a pimp. You know what I'm saying? But even when I was in the world, I used tricking to get what I want, but tricking was never my main thing though. Tricking, I don't come through the door trying to trick. You know what I'm saying? If a broad get to talking a certain kind of way, like like she with the business, you know what I'm saying? And I might try to spit some pimping first if she ain't with that, you know. But it just depends. It depends on what your motivation is, you know what I'm saying? Pimping is about money. You know what I mean? So if that ain't your motivation, then you probably more on some tricking or just trying to hit it for free. But if money ain't your motivation, then sex is your motivation. It's gonna be one of them two. And then if a female ain't down with no pimping, she ain't really. It's only out of the females I met, ain't none of them really down with no pimping. I ask a female. You know what I'm saying? You got folks. You know what I'm saying? You got a man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't down with no pimping. Like I ain't trying to find out no information, but I'm just see what the female got to say. You know what I'm saying? But nah, ain't none of these chicks that I met, really, you know what I'm saying, really on that. This the age of the renegade. You know what I'm saying? Like a pimp is definitely not necessary. It ain't like when a female on the blade and all the pimps can harass the broad for not, for being a renegade, just try to make it hard on her, you know what I mean? Really run her off the blade. She ain't paying a pimp. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is not that era though. This ain't that era, These females getting it on their own. And I ain't with that boyfriend pimping. I ain't with that. You know what I mean? So, and sex was my motivation. So I might spit some pimping just to see how she react, but I already know what my motivation was. She know. Cause really, you could pay for a female time and spit pimping. She'll respect it more. But if you trying to smash and then spit pimping, like she definitely probably ain't gonna respect that, because at the end of the day, you function more like a trick than a pimp. You gotta withhold the D. You gotta withhold the sex from the broad, and it's a better chance that she gonna respect your pimping than you trying to smash the broad and test the product and all that. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely, I can't, and see, the thing is, it's fun. It's fun. So, but the spirit of God is not pleased. You know what I mean? So it's in your flesh is fun, but at the same time, you know that God called you to something higher. Yeah, let me start over.